All right, here at Comerica Park in our beautiful suite, 97 won the ticket, and look who we find.
Hi.
Erin Cummings from Detroit 187 and many other things. What's going on?
I was coming into town because I'm actually speaking tomorrow morning at the Gleaners Women's Power Breakfast. I'm their keynote speaker, and I said, well, I hope that while I'm here I can squeeze in a game or two. So went to the Pistons last night, here today, and I always appreciate you guys letting me hang out in your suite for a while and eat all your food. Okay,
so you're on Detroit 187, but you really seem like you love Detroit. I mean, you got the Tigers jersey. I've never seen one of these.
This is the only one in the world that exists. This hat was made by Broner Hat and Glove Company, but because it has... Are you kidding?
Is it because you're on TV and movies that you can do and
I like to think it's because of my winning personality, but I think that being on TV sometimes helps with the
I gotcha. But I have a winning personality too. I don't have one of those though. Sorry.
Well, being a girl also kind of helps sometimes. But no, Bob Broner, I work with him a lot for my charity Mittens for Detroit. We get a lot of our gloves from them. Anytime that people want to donate money, we say, well, we can't take your money right now, but we can certainly turn that into gloves. So Bob was instrumental in getting us a lot of amazing gloves at a good discount. And I was there one day and I said, this hat's pretty awesome. And because of some sort of, I don't know, rules with logos and things, he couldn't mass produce them. He said, I want you to have this. There's only one that exists in the world, so I wear it as often as possible.
Now looking at the jersey, and I always rip on people like this because you actually have your own name on the back. However, I'm okay with it on you. Now that's Lou Whitaker's number. You realize this, right? One of the great Tiger second basemen of all time, and you put Cummings instead of Whitaker. I don't know if that's respectful.
You know what? In my defense, I didn't do it. The Detroit Tigers did it. So
okay. Well, that's right. Well, they did it to their own guys.
No, it's not like I went to Champs and said, "Hey, can you put my name on the jersey?" In fact, we wanted to put 187 on the back of it because I got this jersey. It was the day after my birthday, and I got to throw out the first pitch against my home state team of the Texas Rangers, who are playing right now. And so we wanted to put 187 on the back, but apparently the jersey wasn't big enough. So. Yeah, we put number 1.
Excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry.
And he just walked by. That's cool.
Fair enough. It's live taped interviews.
We're cool. I was going to walk back by again. I guarantee he's going to check to make sure we have everything we need. He's going to walk back by. Watch. Has he got me?
That's it. Are you ready? No, he's not.
No, that's cool. No.
Come back. You're good.
Come on. Yeah, come on back. It's all good.
Take a little break.
Thanks. Okay.
Bye. Thank you.
Alrighty. What? We got one more, I think.
Okay. We're all good.
Myself.
And you're really, and now your phone's ringing.
It was the alarm. It wasn't really the cell phone.
Oh, my phone's going off.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was supposed to be at that game. Work ruined those plans. Looks like a beautiful day. All these people wanting to be at the game today.
Can you put your cell phone down while we're doing an interview? I mean, really.
They're Tigers fans.
Okay, well, then we're good.
I'm not going to disrespect my Tigers.
Anyway, we continue with this hard-hitting interview. And real quick, let's just get this out of the way. What happened to Jimmy Kimmel? Somebody thinks you're a guy.
So I'm doing a project.
Kimmel thinks you're a guy.
Oh, Kimmel, I tweeted him about it. I was like, I'm not a dude. I'm very much a woman.
Well, break it down. What exactly happened?
Okay, so I'm working on a project in Los Angeles right now called The Ropes, and it's a project that Vin Diesel is producing and directing. It's a love, kind of a passion project of his about life as a bouncer, which he was for 20 years in New York. And
I can't see that role, by the way.
You know, like he's such a small guy.
Kind of soft in my book, but whatever.
Yeah. But so
don't tell him I said that.
I will not, because he's a big guy. He'll kick your ass and mine. But I don't. He told me when we were on set, he said you should just tune into Kimmel on Thursday. And I thought he was just going to talk about the project, and then all of a sudden he goes on Kimmel and says we have some amazing actors like Erin Cummings, and Kimmel was like, oh, is that the guy? Blah blah blah. He goes, no, it's a girl, dude. She's a girl.
So how do you respond to that? Do you get offended, or do you just laugh? Because some serious actors might get offended.
I go, holy crap, Vin Diesel just said my name on Jimmy Kimmel Live. I don't care what. Jimmy Kimmel could think that I'm a horse. My name was just...
She said horse, by the way.
Horse with an S. So then they talked about, and then of course Jimmy covered it by being like, oh yeah, Erin's great, everybody knows Erin. I'm like, you have no idea who I am at all. And then Ben said some very kind things about me and the work that I've been doing, which was very much a shock and certainly very appreciated. And I was sitting on my living room floor because I don't have any furniture yet in my house in Los Angeles, and kind of just watching the TV like, did that just happen? So it was really nice.
What about Detroit 187? We have no idea if it's coming back or not. Now, apparently the studio's gone here. You guys packed up and went away. Can you give us a scoop? Or?
They are tearing. They're currently tearing down the studio. Unfortunately, I don't work at ABC or in their development offices, so I'm not privy to the inside information. But you know, from what I was told is that it is no way an indication of whether or not the show is going to come back. That it's simply a cost-saving measure because they're paying a lot of security to stay there year-round.
Gotcha.
And if we do come back, it wouldn't be until July anyway. So that's several months of paying people to watch a stage that is not being used. So I don't know. We'll find out in May though, and we're all keeping our fingers crossed. We love Detroit. We love the show, and I certainly want to come back. I'm here.
Couple more questions for you.
Please.
Number one, you play forensics at a forensic scientist. What exactly is that called?
Played forensics? You make it sound like a badminton team.
You play a person that is... What is your job called?
I'm portraying the role of a medical examiner.
Medical examiner, thank you very
Yes.
much. Now, what kind of training do you need for that? Or none?
Well,
you pass it off.
Well, I mean, technically, you don't really need any training to do any of this stuff. I mean, it's the measure of whether or not you want to be believable or not. My personal feeling is I want to get as ingrained in the character as much as possible. If I'm supposed to be playing, if I were to have been in a movie A League of Their Own, I would have gone out and tried to play baseball as much as possible, to feel what it feels like to hold a bat, to hit a ball, and to catch a ball. So for me, the best way to prepare to be a medical examiner who performs autopsies was to actually go to Wayne County Coroner's office and perform autopsies, which is what I did.
With Michael Imperioli, how many times did he have to be reminded that this isn't the Sopranos?
You know what? Not once. He's the consummate professional.
I like the vodka that he does commercials.
He's way cool. Isn't it something?
Can you give me a bottle of that, man?
I
mean, it's really cool. It's got the shot glass right into the cap. It's
I know. He's a perfect spokesperson for it because he's definitely got that cool factor. But the cool thing about Michael is that he's not that guy. He's so kind and generous, and I have more respect for him than I do for most people on the planet, because he's just an exceptional human being, incredibly kind and giving, and the prime example of what the star of a television show should be, which is someone who has no ego about what they're doing and comes in every day professional, ready to work, knows everybody's name, is gracious and giving. And when the guy who's got the Emmy and the Golden Globe is standing there with a smile on his face, you kind of don't really have a reason to bitch about anything.
Last question for you. This is the most hard-hitting of them all. Now, you've been in Detroit. Are you single?
Define single.
As in no boyfriend?
I am not currently committed to anyone, no.
But you are seeing people?
Well, I mean, I'm a single woman. I go on dates, and I keep my options open.
Now, what does a guy have to do to get you?
What does a guy have to do to get?
Yeah, what's the approach? I mean, let's say a schmo comes walking up, right? Okay, so you're in a bar. Just have the camera follow me, please. Thank you. Okay, so I walk up to you.
This is not an alcoholic beverage, by the way.
Yeah, back to me. Back to me. Thank you. Can I get the spot? Thank you. Anyway, so you're doing this at a bar. Now, if I do one of these, and you look at me.
Hi.
Oh, okay. So you don't just run away. That's good number one.
Because if you coach me and you tap me on the shoulder, I'm like, ah! What kind of a freak would I be?
Would it take a line to get a date with you, or are we or just personality?
Okay, let's do the line.
Okay, here, I get a line. Okay, here we go. One more time. Take two. All right, you like all this movie lingo? You're not impressed. Okay.
I can't hear you. I'm in a bar. It's loud.
Okay, so you're at a bar. You're drinking.
And I actually have an inner ear thing, so I can't hear you.
I tap you on the... Okay.
Hi.
Hi, I was wondering, can I borrow a quarter?
You're using a really loud voice, and we're right here.
I'm sorry. You have to know him. He is as loud as loud can be.
I think I'm hard of hearing.
Okay. I'm sorry.
So automatically I would be disqualified, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm already engaging you. I'm like, why are you yelling at me?
Oh, so I don't need my pickup line. I wanted to use the pickup line.
Well, I mean, okay, so go ahead, use it. Because then you would go, oh, I'll say it like a normal person now, and not like someone who works for the radio.
She beat me. I got nothing else.
Okay, what's your line? I want to hear it anyway.
The pickup line was, can I borrow a quarter? And you were supposed to say why.
But what if I said yes?
Well, hopefully you've asked why.
Or what if I said, I'm sorry, all I have on me is a credit card?
What if I say...
I don't carry quarters at a bar.
Oh, goodness gracious. I was going to... Can I just get to the punchline?
See, this is why I'm single.
My goodness.
This right here is why I'm single.
I just wanted to say, because I promised my mom I would call her when I fell in love. Quarter, cell phone. Okay, anyway, so how does a guy get you?
Well,
What does it take?
I don't think that a line is ever a thing, because that's like, first of all, here's the thing. At the end of the day, if a guy is really smoking hot and pulls off a really cheesy line, usually,
you're in, right?
Well, with a lot of girls, because it's kind of one of those things where you go, oh wow, this guy's like super hot and isn't afraid to like embarrass himself. But if you're not like in that exceptionally hot category and you know who you are, just have a conversation. Like,
Just curious, would I be in that category?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think you should go to Abercrombie right now. Take off your shirt. Be like, welcome to Abercrombie.
I have to
like
work
some
it out.
jeans, want some perfume?
I have to, yeah, I can run. Okay.
Let's do it.
Erin Cummings called me exceptionally hot, just so you guys know. Okay, so real quick, just lastly. So what does it take?
You know what? I don't think that there's. I think in general there's no one thing. You know, I mean, I've dated guys that are, short and bald and older, and I've dated guys that are super tall and hot. I've dated guys that have more money than they could ever spend in 2 lifetimes. I've dated guys. Yeah, the guy who moves into my house and I drive him to all of his auditions because he doesn't have a job. And
Now, do you love that guy? Because I could be that guy.
Here, you know what it is? I don't know. I think it's sort of like I'm in my Goldilocks phase.
Okay, you're the Mother Teresa thing. You're trying to help somebody, right?
No, the Goldilocks phase. You know, this bed's too hard. This bed's too soft. This bed's just right.
Okay.
This part is too hot. This part is too. No,
So, yeah, no, I got you.
So, you know, it's a chemistry thing. You engage in conversation with someone. But I'm here. I'm here. This is where it is. You got to get me here.
Okay.
You know, because looks fade. You know.
Can we be Facebook friends?
Sure.
Okay, that's all I
Of course
need.
we can. We can be Facebook friends.
We appreciate
we'll
it.
take it from there. We'll see where that goes.
Really? With maybe back and forth?
We can do a back and forth thing as long as I don't get any cheesy lines from it.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, yes, you can do cheesy lines because they're sexually hot. So yes.
Thank you so much. Erin Cummings,
Thank you.
awesome.